In or before 2009, Ren was bitten by a tick, unbeknownst to him. He started to show inexplicable symptoms, including social anxiety and not feeling himself or somewhat out of sorts. He was originally told it was either viral or a stress-induced condition. After some time passed, the doctor chose to send him to a mental health expert who quickly diagnosed him with hypercycling bipolar disorder. Unfortunately, this was a misdiagnosis, which led to years of unnecessary medication being prescribed that had its own side effects to add to the symptoms he was already experiencing. Fast forward to a couple of years later, he had found no solution. His symptoms had grown to include brain fog, pain, and buzzing sensations in his feet, calf muscle twitches and spasms, and many more issues. As the time passed, Ren spent his time researching every possible diagnosis and every possible treatment he could find. He would even delve into the spiritual and homeopathic. At one point, he was put on a round of antibiotics. The antibiotics brought on a massive food intolerance condition known as MCAS, which he is still dealing with today. Sometime after this, Ren moved to Brighton. He was able to sporadically participate in life and felt a certain acceptance and comfort there. Even with this infinitely small bit of brightness, he continued to suffer with additional symptoms along with what he experienced up to this point. The symptom of derealization intensified and he began to experience regular panic attacks as well. In 2015, at the lowest depths of his illness, Ren was unable to participate in life. At this point, he came to believe that much of his issues were being caused by an imbalance in his gut flora. Based on this belief, he chose to go to New York for a fecal transplant, which is believed to reestablish a healthy homeostasis. The procedure did not have the effect he had hoped. In fact, the opposite. Next, Ren became convinced he needed to take a long-term regimented dosage of antibiotics. He managed to skirt the truth at a doctor's visit and did get a 2-week course of antibiotics, which seemed to lessen his symptoms for a brief period of time. This experience pushed Ren to do more research, where he found a doctor in Brussels. Ren had finally struck gold. The doctor immediately and correctly diagnosed him with Lyme disease, the co-infection Bartonella, and autoimmunity disorder. Shortly after that, a doctor based in LA reached out to offer Ren an experimental stem cell transplant. He took him up on the offer. About 4 months after the procedure, Ren started to notice some improvement in his symptoms. At the beginning of 2023, Ren spent over a year in Canada for additional treatment. Once completed, he was off and running. Although he was still experiencing some symptoms at a lesser degree, he started to live life to the fullest.
The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first year maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken heart.
With his improvement in health, Ren put together the album Sick Boi. The album was released on October 13, 2023. Sick Boi hit #1 on the UK charts and had a respectable showing in the US charts. The title track of this album was a track that was near and dear to Ren's heart. It relates the story of Ren and other people's experience with chronic health issues and the impotence of the medical industry. It also tells a story about greed in the music industry. The track performed well with millions of views, and Ren was very proud of it. Sometime in August of 2024, Sick Boi was removed from YouTube. After some investigation, Ren had found that the producer that sold him the beat had implemented a copyright strike against the video. Ren had purchased the beat with an unlimited license, which, in essence, means he owns the beat. The beat maker, Kujo, tried to say it was because he had not received his payment for publishing royalties. Ren made many reasonable offers to resolve the situation, to no avail. In the end, Ren decided to pull the track from all streaming platforms, so it could no longer be used as leverage against him.
With the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
There are a few points I would like to make here. First, I firmly believe that Kujo took these steps for two reasons. Those reasons are the fact that he used copyrighted material in the beat and the original artist was coming after him, and he also saw that the song blew up and thought he could get more money than initially contractually agreed upon by holding the song hostage. The other point I want to make is an initial failure by the YouTube system for copyright strikes. If you look at the facts, Ren purchased an unlimited license to a beat that, unbeknownst to him, had a copyrighted material in it. Where in this scenario does Kujo even have standing to place a copyright strike? He no longer owns the beat. Therefore, copyright in his favor should not apply. The only person that may have standing for such is possibly the original artist the material was stolen from. Eventually, Ren met with the head of YouTube and the video was restored. As for Kujo's complaints, they all could have been worked out favorably for him if he wasn't set on going to the bank. This was a nasty back and forth for Ren and Kujo, with Ren trying his best to resolve the situation. Kujo would not budge. In the end, Ren, in an effort to get things off his chest and alleviate some stress, put out the track Kujo Beatdown. Again, the song was well received by fans, who of course stood behind Ren 100%.
That's how little thief lose teeth, you meal to me. On the subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is how the sick boy work, you feeling me?
Not long after the dispute with Kujo, Ren began to experience the return, intensifying of some of his symptoms. Many people believe the dispute with Kujo and the following stress from it caused this relapse. That is a possibility. I believe it was a contributing factor, but there is probably more to it than just that. Ren not only had that stressor to deal with, but he also was dealing with a great deal of self-imposed stress from the secret garden party appearance. He himself said that it was very stressful because he wanted it to be perfect for his fans. Add to that his crazy work ethic of go, 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 and you have a combination that can deplete your body's strength systems. He was also initially told it may take more than one stem cell transplant to achieve his goal, and although disheartening, I do not find the relapse surprising. What do you think? Several years ago, when Ren was in Canada, I sent him a gift. With this gift, I included a brief note to convey my heart, ears, and eyes' appreciation for his music and videos. The most important thing I said in that note is to take care of yourself and don't push too hard. I believe, as many do, that Ren is a once-in-a-generation type of talent. If the rest of his fans are like me, even though we would love to see constant creations from him, we can deal with the pace that is best for him. I want to have him around for as long as possible to enjoy what he does create and see where life takes him. I have included links to Sick Boi, Kujo Beatdown, and Troubles in the description. Also included is a link to Ren's chapters 1 through 8 to hear more in depth about his health journey in his own words, and why Sick Boi is off all streaming platforms, for a deeper dive into the Kujo controversy. Please visit Ren's page and enjoy his content, as there is pretty much something for everyone.